I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be how to get any job that you want. Well, when it comes, I do a lot of stuff, or a lot of articles, I should say, on dating, pickup, relationships, and that's a huge part of skills that you need in order to be successful with women. But also there's a lot of things that I teach that are life coaching type of skills or quality of life type of techniques and systems that I teach that are also very important because, let's face it, being successful with women really is a byproduct or a symptom of just being a successful man, meaning doing things that you feel are challenging as a man in life but are rewarding and that you love. And there's way too many people in this country, or I say this world, that are working jobs they absolutely fucking hate. And so if you're struggling with women right now, or you're struggling to improve your social skills, and your job totally fucking sucks, then you need to start working at a job or a career that you absolutely love, something that excites you, something that jazzes you, something that you have a passion for. Why? Because this will totally change your quality of life. Because in order to be a well-balanced human being, you've got to have balance in your career or your business. You've got to have balance in your personal life. You've got to have balance in your body, meaning you got to be healthy. You got to have good exercise habits, because if you don't have your health, it's going to affect your ability to have great sex. It's going to affect how you look. It's going to affect your energy. If your health sucks, it's going to affect your performance at work. Also, another area that's important to you is managing your wealth, managing the areas of your life so you can have your bills in order. Because I talk to guys, especially like guys that are having problems with their businesses, and it's like they're either doing really well or they're totally broke, or they're doing real well or they're broke, and it has to do with a pattern that a very dysfunctional pattern. And what that does is, so when things are going well with their business, it's real easy for them to do things great with the chicks that they're dating or their girlfriend or their wives. But when their business goes in the toilet because of how they're sabotaging their own success without realizing it, then it affects their ability to have a good relationship with their girlfriend or their wife or the women that they're dating. Because I've got several guys that I'm coaching now that have come to me to help them turn around their businesses. And so when things are going great, the relationship stuff is pretty easy. But as soon as things get tough in the business, they don't feel like going out. They don't feel like going on dates anymore. They don't feel like calling girls that they just went out with last week because they don't have any fucking money in their bank to take them out on a date. And so, this really think about it. You start a relationship with a chick, and then you're like a month into it, and then because you're not managing your business properly, now you got financial problems, and it impacts your ability to take her out on a date. And as a guy, we tend to be egocentric, and so we're not going to want to say these things to a woman. And so the point being is that you got to work at a job or a career that you love, that you have a fucking passion for. And it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, because this is, for all human beings. Because you can look at every area of your life, and on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being really shitty, 10 being outstanding and awesome. Most people, if you were to be honest, say, what is my level of fulfillment in my work or career? They're going to say maybe a 2 or a 3. Hey, it pays the bills. Well, it makes it very hard to be happy about yourself and your life. Think about it. You spend most of your time at work, and so if you're working somewhere that really sucks, it's going to make it hard to be successful with women and just to be a happy human being. And so there's a few things that you want to focus on to ensure that you're going to get any job that you want. Number 1 is you got to pick something that you're very passionate about. And so you want to make a list of employers or potential employers that you'd really want to work at, or dream employers. Make a list of 15, 20, maybe 30 of them. If the economy is really bad, the bigger the list, the better the chances are going to be. And so what you want to do is you want to have this list, and then you want to start working on getting an interview or sending a resume, talking to the manager, talking to the decision maker, the person that actually makes the hiring and firing decisions. And once you get, say you get an interview and you sit down with this person, when you're just 1 out of like 30 people or 20 people that they're interviewing, you got to set yourself apart. And so, I can tell you, I've hired and fired hundreds of people over the years. Firing really fucking sucks. It's the absolute worst thing you have to do as a business owner, because especially like, with women, because they all start fucking crying and you feel bad, and it's just a shitty situation. But that's life. And so as a business owner, when I'm hiring somebody, I want to hire somebody that wants my opportunity, that has a passion for it. I'm not interested in talking to somebody that's like, oh, I need a job to pay my bills. This sounds kind of cool. I thought I'd come in and check this out. I'm not going to fucking hire somebody like that. I'm going to hire somebody that's like, dude, I love what you do. I love your work. I love your fucking website. I love your products. I use them myself. It's like, I want to be a part of this. And even if you don't fucking hire me today, I'm going to keep coming back every month for I don't care how long it takes until you realize that I need to hire this guy. Because people that are like that, people that are self-motivated, people that are kind of almost like kicking your door down, those are the kind of people that as an employer, when you hire them, they're going to bust their ass working for you. And so in order to set yourself apart, you got to have a passion for the opportunity to begin with. If you're just looking, to punch the clock and, get a job that pays the bills, it's, you're going to have a very hard time when you're dealing with 20 people and like that one person or that two people that they're interviewing, they're just happy people and they're just happy to get a job and the job sounds cool to them. But if you don't have a passion for it, it's going to be very hard for you to convince the employer to hire you. And so the first thing is you want to establish rapport. You want to get the decision maker to like you and to trust you. And this is how you set yourself apart from all the other schmucks that are interviewing for the job. Is you sit there and you ask them questions like, if you're sitting in their office and you look and you see they got a diploma, it's like, oh, where, it's like, wow, you went to so-and-so, you went to MIT, or you went to this, you went to that. It's like, what was that like? Ask open-ended questions like, oh, it was a really ball buster, it was tough, and like, and so when you ask questions about that, or they got pictures on the desk of their kids, like, oh, how many kids you got? Oh, what a beautiful family you have. Like, oh, yeah, I love my wife. Oh, yeah, because people love to talk about themselves. And their accomplishments. You're looking around the office, you see plaques or awards, like, oh, you won this award for this. Like, oh, wow, tell me about that. Just simple stuff, and they'll start talking. And so you're sitting down for an interview, but yet you're the one asking questions. And guess what? The person asking the questions is the one in charge of the interview. And if you're sitting there with a person and they're interviewing you, and yet they're talking all about their life and their blah, 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 they completely forget that they're in a job interview. They feel like they're sitting, because this is the thing that their best friend would ask them, or somebody that cares about them or that knows them would ask them. And so you're taking the time to do this stuff, and you're like, wow, this is really awesome. Like, I love this company. I can't, it's like there's amazing, it's like everybody I've seen since I walked in the door here, they seem like amazing people. I love the energy of this place. I really would, really love to work here. And so if you make sure they're doing 78% of the talking, like for the first 5-10 minutes of the interview, then they're going to get to a point, it's like, you're going to make them feel so good because they're going to naturally feel, the law of what's called the law of reciprocity. They're going to feel like, well, I got to listen to you, because you've been so kind and letting me run my fucking mouth about myself. They're not going to say this, but this is instinctively what human beings normally feel when they've let the other person talk too long. And so you start talking about yourself, and then you tell them about yourself, and then that's how you get them to like you and trust you, is by first focusing on getting to know them, getting to know that person, because you're no longer a candidate for an interview. And they'll start telling you things, or like, when you interview with so-and-so, like say you're because most companies, you got to interview with 3 or 4 people. And so you get them on your side, and then, they know who you're going to interview with next in the company, and they'll tell you, this is what you do. I know this guy's, he's a little abrasive. He just likes to challenge people, and so this is the kind of, response, this is how you should respond to that, and he'll love you for it. Or, they'll help you in your next interview at the company. Why? Because you've got them on your side now. They like you and they trust you. And when you do that with every single person in the company that you got to interview with, by asking them questions, and for like the first 10, 15 minutes of the interview, they're talking about themselves and their accomplishments and where they grew up and stuff. They're gonna feel like you're an old friend. And who are you gonna hire? You're gonna hire people that you want to work with. You're gonna hire people that you want to like. And so you get them to like you. You get them to trust you. Then you're gonna put yourself up above the competition. And even if you don't get the job right away, if you really want to work at that particular company, just say, great, I missed out on this opportunity, but I really want to work there. And so when are you going to have, are there other positions that are open, or when do you think will be the next time you're ready to hire? Probably another 2 months. Like, great, I'll check back with you in 2 months, or I'll check back with you in 30 days. Whatever they say, and then you just follow up with that. Because another thing, it's like even if you didn't get a job the first time around, the fact that you're persistent and that they all liked you, maybe the other guy got hired because he had better qualifications, whatever it happened to be, so what? The fact that you're determined and you're in there like, man, it's like this guy just won't go away. He obviously really wants to work here. And they feel like you're their friend and their buddy because you got to know him. You did such a great job in the interview. Eventually, you're going to, if you come back when they say is the right time to come back, maybe it takes you 6 months. Maybe it takes you 2 years. If it's your fucking dream job or your dream company, who fucking cares? The key is to do that with every single company that you want to work at, and I guarantee you will get a job quickly over above anybody else. I've never had a problem doing a job, and I've never had a client that's had, or a friend or a family member that's used this technique have a problem getting a job over everybody else. So if you find this message of value, you can show your appreciation by going down to the Wibbia toolbar, which is at the bottom of your screen if you're watching this video on my website. Click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information in this video. At the very least, please share this page with all of your friends and family by clicking any one of the social network sharing buttons, which are also located in the Wibbia toolbar at the bottom of your screen. And if you have a question that you want to ask me, or there's a topic that you'd like me to cover in a future video newsletter, click the Contact Me tab on the left-hand side of your screen and send me 3 or 4 paragraphs maximum detailing your situation, and just give me several days to get back to you with your response because I get a lot of email from the internet, and I also get a lot from my paying phone coaching customers. And I got to focus on theirs first, but just be patient and I will get back to you. And if you want to talk to me right away so I can help you with a challenge or a specific situation that you're having, the quickest way for me to help you is to book a paid phone coaching session. So click the Products tab, which is at the top of your screen on any page of my website, and just follow the instructions. And I will talk to you soon.